So everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Romeo LaCoaste and the incident with the DMs that happened a few days ago. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So before I go into like the allegations of what he's being hated for, let me tell you some backstory on Romeo. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys all heard of this situation already, but if you haven't, let me tell you who Romeo is. He's a famous tattoo artist in LA. He has his own shop in LA where he's tattooed a lot of big named YouTubers, singers, probably some athletes as well, but he's mostly known for tattooing singers, like rappers and YouTubers in general. I believe his most recent person he tattooed was Ninja, or that was one of his most recent people to tattoo was Ninja. So he's being accused of sending sexual messages to underage girls back in 2016. That's when the messages were sent. In the messages he said some pretty disgusting things. When I saw these DMs, like when I saw the drama video about him reading these out, because I didn't really know about it that much. I saw a little bit about it on Twitter, but I didn't know about it that much until like I saw the drama video. And the DMs aren't that good. So he's basically asking these girls to pleasure him in a odd way. Like in one of the DMs it says, "Love that my balls massaged and sucked on. Love my asshole licked, and my fave is deep throat. Drunk girls always deep throat. Farther, ha ha ha." And another very disturbing DM he's messaged someone was, "You can even chase my cum down with another shot," or "I'm freaky. I can even come in your shot and let you drink both together. I do freaky stuff. Ha ha ha. Take another shot and then go for round 2. Ha ha ha. By the time you leave, you'll have a tummy full of cum and alcohol. I bet you get super slutty when you're drunk." And there's a whole lot of other messages, but those are the ones that I found that are the most disturbing to me. There's one out there, I couldn't really find it, but there's one out there about asking if he should do it now or wait until she's 18. So he's implying, should I do it with you now when you're 17, or wait until you're 18 and when it's legal to actually do it with you? Because I don't really know what the law is in California, but I think mostly across America the age of consent is 18. So he's asking if he can do it when she's 17 or wait until she's 18 and it's legal. And at the time of messaging these girls, people are saying that the girls that he was messaging were around the age of 15 to 16, maybe even 17 at the most, and he was 27 at the time when he was messaging these girls, which is just wrong. Like, what kind of person at the age of 27 decides, hey, let's hit up some girls who are 10 to 12 years younger than me? Who thinks like that? I'm very kind of confused why you would think that way. That that you were 27, and I'm pretty sure by when you were messaging these girls, you had a girlfriend at the time, I believe. So that's even more messed up. And further into the investigation, I would say, Keemstar mentioned that these were hardcore fans of Romeo. These were girls who created, I believe, fan groups on Instagram, fan chat groups, and he was invited or something into it. And at the time when they were messaging him, they didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't really know what they were getting themselves into. And now 2 years and 5 months later, they realize what he was saying and doing was very wrong. Which makes a lot of sense, because when you're a kid, especially around that age group, you don't really think that well. I know that because I'm around that age group, and most of the time when I do like stuff, like I would say about 75% of the time I don't really think when I'm doing stuff. Like stupid things, I just don't think of the consequences and I just do it. So I kind of see where they're coming from, and it does make sense because like now these girls are a lot older now, so they are realizing, hey, this is a very messed up thing that happened to me. Let's tell the public. And even during the first drama before the interview, he talked to one of his ex-girlfriends that he had from 2008, and she mentioned that he was 19 and she was 14 at the time, which isn't that, well, that's kind of a bad of an age separation, because that's basically a college student dating a middle schooler. That's gonna look weird. So that's very weird right there. Seeing the age difference, that's kind of unsettling. And she mentioned that he did some not very good things to her. Two of the main things that she brought up is that he pissed on her once, which she didn't really tell us the full story of why he did it. But she mentioned that he peed on her and it left her in shock or something like that. And that he's always wanted to have frequent sex with her. He's always wanted to fuck her. So from this story from her, it just makes him sound like a fuckboy and overall a douchebag. He from this story from his ex-girlfriend, he doesn't sound like a good person at the time. But you know, people can change, but it doesn't really look like he changed that much.
So old and fine, I've known you for some time. Whole life changed wild.
During the interview, Keemstar would ask about him being a pedo and about the messages and stuff similar to that. Basically around the fact that, is he a pedo? Is he an actual pedophile? And whenever he asked these questions to him, Romeo would always change the subject to him being victimized, or that the DMs were fake or put in a way to make him look bad. Like, that's what he always did. Like, like during the interview, like, it went nowhere. It literally went nowhere. It was literally the same thing repeated over and over, but just some things were different. But the concept of that interview was not bad at all. Keemstar even realized that that interview was not good at all. Like, it wasn't good. He never answered the questions the main questions that Keem asked. And also during the interview, Keem sort of brought up that Romeo followed a DDLG. If you don't know what it is, it's a daddy dom little girl fetish thing on it. And he followed it on Instagram back in the day. I don't think he follows it anymore. You can't really check because he privated his account, so only the people who follow him can check his following and see if he still follows accounts similar to that. And if you don't know what a DDLG is, let me just tell you what it is very quickly. It's a relationship between two consenting adults where the woman acts as a little girl and the man is her daddy. For sexual people into it, they're often called pedophiles, which 99% of the DDLG relationships aren't sexually attracted to little children. And if you're wondering where I got that definition, I got off of Urban Dictionary. I scrolled through and I picked the best one, and this was the best one. But that's actually interesting. 99% of the people who are into this fetish, the DDLG fetish, aren't actual pedophiles. But that's still weird though, because your soulmate, your girlfriend or your wife is role playing as a young girl, and you're the dad. So I don't know. It's just an odd thing. I actually never heard of it. So when Keem started asking about this, Romeo's response was that if I'm into this kind of kink, then why hate me for it? That's basically what he said. That's what he basically said. If I'm into this, why should I be hated for this? Because everybody has their kinks, and I do kind of agree with him with this statement to an extent. Yes, if you are into weird kinks and stuff like that, it's cool. If it's not harming anyone, then go about it. But if your kink involves your partner pretending to be a kid under the age of 18, then that's where most people would draw the line. That's crossing the boundary that would definitely label you as a pedo of some sort. Oh yeah, if your kink is crossing the line where your partner has to act out as a kid, then I would recommend you to think twice or seek help of some sort, because it's just odd to have that kind of kink. Sure, I may be kink shaming or whatever that word is, but it's not a very good kink, I would say. But when I finished watching the interview, I felt that Romeo didn't answer any of the questions in a way that defended himself. It mostly showed that he didn't have anything to defend himself with, and he just buried his grave deeper.
So old and fine, I've known you for some time. Oh, life changed well.
At the end of the day, the way I see it is that Romeo did something that damaged his career, possibly to the point where he ended it. The thing that sucks the most about this whole situation is that he will have to live with this with the rest of his life. It will definitely impact the people who look at him and think of him. It'll also make life very difficult for him. It will have an effect on his relationship and how he'll be able to get a job. And overall, it'll be very difficult to go out in public now, because since you're a famous person, you're a pretty well known person in the LA area. It'll be pretty hard to show your face in the public without someone pointing at you and shouting the word pedo. Like he's basically dug a hole for himself, and he probably won't be able to get out of it for a good long time. In my opinion, I believe that he's a pedo. like all the evidence go against him. Like, he doesn't have any proof that supports his claims. So before I end this video, I'd just like to say, if you're a well-known person, or you're planning to be a well-known person on the internet and in public itself, be careful what you DM. But 2 years or so down the road, it gets leaked, and then your whole career goes to shit, and you have nothing to live for anymore. It's basically on you. So if you are a well-known person, or you're planning to be a famous person on the internet, I would be careful on what you DM people, because if you mess up, you'll have to live with it the rest of your life. So guys, that's basically the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys did the little transition slide. It was a pretty cool thing I liked adding to this video. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.